Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into a cinematic exploration of how the absolute biggest sporting event on Earth is being secretly driven by an invisible layer of technology. We're talking about a tournament where every single pass, every sprint, and honestly every fan in the stands is part of a massive, real-time digital ecosystem. So, what if AI becomes the most important player in the FIFA World Cup? It's a pretty bold question, right? But seriously, what if the most crucial decisions on the pitch are no longer made by humans, but by algorithms? For over a century, the beautiful game has relied on human intuition, physical grit, and the naked eye of the referee. But as we gear up for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, that traditional view is being completely shattered. The most valuable player might not be wearing boots at all. To put this into perspective, just think about this staggering number: 104. That's 104 matches spread across 3 entire countries: the United States, Canada, and Mexico. We're talking 48 teams and an estimated 6 billion viewers worldwide. This is an absolutely unprecedented logistical nightmare. You've got multiple time zones, massive crowds, and high-stakes matches happening simultaneously. To manage a global event of this mind-boggling scale, human oversight simply isn't enough anymore. It requires a technological infrastructure that touches literally everything.
Section 1. The Connected Pitch.
Meet the Adidas Trianda. Suspended right in its core is a tiny 500 Hz inertial measurement unit. What this means is that the ball is actively recording its own acceleration, rotation, and movement 500 times every single second. I mean, literally, imagine having to plug your football into a wall charger before a match. It is a live, wirelessly connected edge device disguised as a football, broadcasting its exact physical state while suspended in midair.
To really understand why this matters, let's look at the contrast. A standard, high-definition broadcast camera captures a new image every 16.7 milliseconds. Sounds fast, right? Well, the Trianda Ball generates a new physical data point every 2 milliseconds. This staggering difference proves how the ball can capture the precise kick point, the exact fraction of a millisecond a player's boot makes contact. For offside decisions, where matches are won and lost by literal millimeters, that level of precision changes the game completely.
Which brings us to the massive evolution in semi-automated offside technology. Just think about how these margins are shrinking. Back in 2022, the system gave players a clearance margin of about 50 centimeters. In 2026, that margin has collapsed down to just 10 centimeters. And instead of routing alerts through a clunky video booth, the AI now sends an audio signal directly into the on-field official's earpiece for clear positional offsides. So how does this rapid-fire sequence actually play out? First, the Trianda Ball timestamps the exact millisecond of the kick. Simultaneously, 16 optical cameras installed up in the stadium are tracking 29 specific skeletal points on every single player, 50 times a second. The AI fuses these two data streams together, detects an offside margin as incredibly tight as 10 centimeters, and fires an instant audio alert to the referee. Offside reviews that used to take agonizing minutes are now collapsing into mere seconds. But how do we, the fans, actually see it? In 2022, everyone was pretty frustrated by those flat lines and generic stick figures. Well, for 2026, all 1,248 players in the tournament are digitally scanned in just 1 second using 36 4K cameras. Using a cutting-edge technique called 3D Gaussian splatting, the AI creates millimeter-accurate, photorealistic digital twins of every single athlete. So when an offside is called, the stadium screens don't just show a generic shape, they show the actual player's face, their haircut, their exact body position, making the AI's decision completely transparent and incredibly lifelike.
Section 2. Equalizing the global game.
Stepping off the pitch for a second, technology isn't just changing the referee's whistle. It's completely reshaping the tactical preparation of the teams themselves. Historically, wealthy football federations had this massive advantage. They could afford literal armies of data scientists and match analysts to scout out opponents. Smaller debutante nations, they simply couldn't compete with that kind of financial firepower. But now, AI is stepping in to close that massive gap. It's about democratizing elite data for all 48 nations.
Enter Football AI Pro, co-developed by FIFA and Lenovo. This is a generative AI knowledge assistant trained on hundreds of millions of soccer-specific data points. And honestly, the brilliant part? Every single one of the 48 teams gets equal access to it. Coaches can submit natural language queries and instantly receive text, video clips, and 3D tactical insights.
It completely levels the playing field, ensuring that a team from a smaller federation has the exact same analytical power as a European giant. It's a real game changer.
And you know, it's not just about winning, it's about safety and keeping the biggest stars on the pitch for the fans. Teams are now utilizing smart tracker vests with embedded biosensors that measure heart rate variability and muscle fatigue in real time. AI algorithms analyze this massive flow of data to forecast injury hazards before a player even feels a twinge in their hamstring. Coupled with mandatory 3-minute hydration breaks systematically scheduled at the 22nd minute of each half, AI is actively predicting and protecting the player's physical welfare.
It is absolutely fascinating how deeply this tech is integrated into the athletes themselves. But let's zoom out from the players for a moment, because AI is also in the stands. We can't forget the billions of fans watching from home and the millions physically attending the matches.
Section 3. The Smart Stadiums.
When you're hosting an event with over 5.5 million in-person spectators, that massive scale requires security, logistics, and broadcast tech that we have never seen before. For the broadcasts, referees are now wearing body cameras. Since running makes footage incredibly shaky, Lenovo uses AI stabilization to reduce motion blur by 50%, putting fans right in the middle of the action. Over at the gates, venues like Gillette Stadium are using AI-powered facial recognition for ticketless entry. You've even got Boston Dynamics Spot robo-dogs patrolling restricted stadium corridors at night. So yeah, maybe don't try sneaking into the VIP lounge. But of course, with great tech comes new threats. Security teams are on high alert for deepfakes, automated phishing, and a rise in AI-generated ticketing scams targeting fans.
To manage all of this chaos, FIFA built an intelligent command center. They created digital twins, which are live, virtual 3D models of all 16 stadiums. These models update in real time, pulling in data from cameras, ticket gates, and sensors. AI then analyzes this data to predict crowd congestion, spot bottlenecks, and prevent crowd crushing before it even happens, allowing security to deploy resources instantly. It is literally a simulated mirror of the real world, running live. It's like a giant interactive puzzle that solves itself.
Section 4. The Future of Football. As we wrap up this explainer, we really have to look at what this incredible technological leap means for the soul of the sport. We're witnessing a fundamental shift in how the game is governed and experienced. I want you to reflect on this profound quote from the source material. Football has always been a game that belongs to everyone. The 2026 World Cup technology is starting to make that true in the data layer too. By standardizing those offside margins, predicting injuries, and handing elite analytics to all 48 nations via Football AI Pro, technology is truly democratizing the sport. It's standardizing fairness and insight across the globe, ensuring the game is decided by skill on the pitch, not by who has the biggest budget in the back room.
But where does this all end? The sources are already painting a wild picture of what 2034 might look like. We could genuinely be looking at AI assistants graduating into full-blown AI coaches calling tactical shots. We might see robot referees, or a video assistant referee system that is 100% automated with zero human input. We could even see real-time biometric data broadcast live to fans on their phones. The trajectory is set and it's moving fast.
Which leads us with this final, vital question. There is absolutely no doubt that AI is making the game faster, safer, and infinitely more precise. But at what cost? When you remove human error, do you also remove the human drama, the debate, and the raw emotion that made us fall in love with the beautiful game in the first place? Will AI make football fairer, or take away the human spirit of the game? Let me know what you think.